Theme music. Is the stream live? Is it?
Is it?
Sure. Sure the stream is live. Um,
Yep. Yeah. Yes, it is.
some of the recordings of this are I've been converting them into audio so I could put them on like this podcast. It's not really. It's a podcast broadcast of stuff that I've already done on this kind of thing. But it's been cleaned up for Dead Space and stuff like that, and it is fascinating to listen to our game with like all the Dead Space kind of cleaned out and stuff like that, and the focus on the streaming versus like not focus is in the right word, but it's very interesting to me to see or to hear rather, I guess, how it spins back around. Oh, I shouldn't use that picture, but it's too late now, so that's going to be the preview picture.
It's out there forever.
It's out there forever. It's streaming. That's the
The-
preview picture. It's fine. It's like a continuation. This is part 2 of the series. Part 2.
All right, we're
It's a
doing it.
two-parter. It's two-parter. Okay. So, the last couple of moments of the last episode was Birthright perching onto the shoulder, or jumping onto the body or on the shoulder of Guardian's mecha suit. That's a thing.
There is.
Transcendent saying, we have a shot of Transcendent saying to Clarity,
Mitzi. She's not in uniform.
to Mitzi. You've been corrupted by the monkeys, or
Oh
yeah.
no, and I think
Or the robot. The robot.
The robot got to you.
Yeah, the robot got to you, and then he flashed away and literally flew through the base of the city. So that's a thing. And then you guys kind of getting out into, everybody's out in space. So what we have over here, Transcendent way back over here in the corner. Oh, I've got the wrong clicker. Got Transcendent way over here. Birthright up on the robot. Nautilus is basically, looks like he converted one of his aquatic craft to space travel, and he kind of ejected out of the ship in this little thing. And then you guys are up here, assume spacesuits. Incidentally, side note, and this is probably just aimed at Sean. I noticed a folder of images.
Shh.
Okay.
Shh.
I'm just saying. Nice work.
They look good, don't they?
It looks really good. It looks really good. Anyway, you could use them right now because they look like they're actually, whatever. And then we have Mitzi trailing after Transcendent coming up. She's bigger than the other two folks over there on the left hand side because she's closer to the camera, so to speak, as she's just getting closer with her perfectly round, perfectly drawn force field. Now we finally.
Figured out.
I remembered how the drawing tool worked. Right. So, and yes, Guardian is to scale.
I'll be right back.
So
I
what's up?
I know exactly what I need to do because I'm not going to be any use in this at all. Perry, I need you to portal me into Nautilus's ship.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
no.
what was funny to me about this is like I'm just gonna get in the Nautilus's ship, and I'm like, it's in space. I don't think that little thing has an airlock. How are you? I'm like, oh, he's probably gonna do something crazy. Oh,
I just need to restart stuff real quick. Everything's just hanging on me here. I'm on the other system, but stuff is weird. I'll be right back.
No problem. And then Perry can do that. I will take this opportunity. Oh wait, you know what? I'm gonna wait till Frank. Frank, you heard the thing I said about think like a comic book,
Yes.
right? All right.
Yes, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
reboot, and I'll say it again for Andrew's sake. Something I had mentioned earlier, and it was really meant to be a note for since we're not going to play this week, let's play next week. we haven't done a lot of fights in masks. And one of the things I noticed in the fight with the teacher and with Mother is there was a little bit of you guys sort of reining yourself in and making sure that the options that you were picking were sort of realistic. Kind of like I want to propose it, but I don't want to say anything too outrageous. I think instinctively it comes from gaming background, is what it basically boils down to. Nothing wrong with that. Totally fine. Envision how this would look in a comic book and grab some options or think about some options from that, because this game can handle, I want to do this thing that's comic booky, even if I don't necessarily understand how it's going to work in the game. Because we form habits, and a lot of them are formed on a hex map or in miniatures with a bunch of D20s, and that's totally fine. But
That was real subtle.
I'm just saying. Listen, first game I ever played was D&D, and I ran 3 and 3.5 I ran one campaign for 4.5 years. Like, it is a habit to break, for sure. Or at least
definitely.
not to break, but just to set aside as an unnecessary thing for some stuff. So as much as you think about the game system, also think about just the genre, and more to the point, the medium. So yeah, think like a comic book. Think like a comic book. I think that's actually in the book somewhere. As advice. So it's a pretty good book.
I'm gonna have fun in Nautilus' ship, guys. Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be given team bonuses all day.
I'm still waiting for Frank to figure out some way to go. I'm gonna open a portal and dump all the demon monkeys back out of it into somebody's face.
Just open it into Guardian's mech suit and be
Does
like,
have
here you
that-
go, have
Have
fun.
that moment of truth ready. Let's go
Right?
look like the house party from Iron Man 3.
Oh boy. Okay, so that your turn to Frank is like, you turn to Perry and go, I need to be inside Nautilus's ship.
Yep.
Can you
Right
portal me
now.
in there? And Mitzi, you've got, and I'm gonna I've got kind of drawn out here very brilliantly and artistically, I might add, the entry point into the city, the streaky little angle and stuff like that. He may or may not have exited through the dome and caused like damage over there or something, but certainly the city reacted to him blasting through there.
Yeah. Is the city like starting to like fall apart? Like, are there like, is there bubble breaking? Like, what's going on?
I think you should assess the situation
Okay.
because there's a lot. There's a lot going on.
Do you want to assess the situation, or because I have a burn left?
Do you have? Yeah.
have
Do you have something that applies to that?
Elemental awareness. Of course, it's giving me another condition, but I'm only have 2 right now.
Elemental awareness. I'm not gonna ever say no to it.
I think assess may be better because it's.
I mean, you can ask any one question about the world around you, and the GM will answer honestly. And there's no dice roll involved. It's just that, but you are burning a condition to basically get like something. The flip side of assess is it's risky, but you might get a +1 forward about something.
Yeah, let's go with assess then.
Yeah.
And I don't have any negatives, so that's nice.
Yeah. There you go. It's just a straight up roll.
Hey!
Oh, look at that!
I'll take it.
Dang.
Naked dice. It's like a nat 20.
I'll naked. I'll naked dice.
Naked dice. All right. So with the assess, you get 2 questions off the assess list. Again, this is a thing where it's like I might ask the obvious question, but it's because I want to do something about it and I would like a bonus, please. That kind of a thing.
What here is the biggest threat?
What here is the biggest threat? That is
It's the obvious one, making it +1. Like,
It's Guardian. He's clearly bigger than all of us.
oh yeah.
I
of
mean,
course.
Like,
Biggest or greatest threat? I mean, the biggest. I think. Well, okay. Let's just be obvious. It's Transcendent. He's clearly. And the interesting thing about this, and I'm just going to make this connection, is he specifically said the robot got to you, and then he attacked the monkey's city, the Semioid city. So he's clearly got some how this all fits together in his personal like assembled jigsaw puzzle of this whole scenario is different than the image that you guys would probably put together. But he is definitely the biggest threat, partly because he has a very specific thing about what's going on, what he has a current problem with, and he can pretty much do whatever he wants to anything that he wants to break at will. So, yes, that would be.
so instead of his jigsaw pieces fitting together like ours does, he just cut off all the little extra knobs and then stuck them together like squares. So it's kind of the same information, but it doesn't make any sense.
And it loses a little bit. Oh, he's managed to make a picture that makes perfect sense in his head. It does lose a little bit of nuance, having lost all the little greebles off the side.
Yeah. Is that what they're called? Greebles?
I don't know. That is a word. Greebles is all the little sticky up bits and stuff on the models of the Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
And
right.
models like that. But
yeah,
little knobs stick out on a.
I did not mean to tangent us because I was like, "Oh, I'm doing that right now."
Greebles.
Okay.
Moving on.
It's a tangent that's relevant to the game that's going on right now.
Yeah. Which is the better one? Okay, best end this quickly, or what hair can I use to?
What hair can you use? What hair's in the greatest danger if you wanted to see how much damage was actually done to the like the actual floating city?
Yeah, let me see that.
Okay.
See that.
Yeah, what hair's in the greatest danger right now? I would say I'm going to get back to the screen here. I think. See if I can do this in a way that is a little bit freehand. Can I do a nice little pale? Yeah, I probably can. Ooh, this actually kind of looks right. So what this is meant to be is cracks in the dome on the far side.
Oh no.
So whether or not it actually busted out, unclear.
You cracked glass though.
But
the snow globe.
Yeah, something. It's the dome is definitely damaged on the far side.
Right.
So the greatest danger, and it also seems to be he just attacked it. Guardian is definitely going after it full force. So that's 2 of 3 that are pretty much directing most of their firepower at the. I say city, but keep in mind a lot of it's jungle. But the flying semioid, we'll call it city. It'll be easier.
Does that mean I get a +1 protecting it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to do defend.
Yeah, because I think if I can still, I think Mitzi's gonna like see that and like fly through and like follow like a hole that Transcendent made.
Oh.
And like try not to break anything else, but like there's already a hole there. Might as well get to the other side and see what's going on.
It's quicker than going around for sure.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And,
okay.
She sees that, and I would like to use my last burn to do shielding.
Is shielding the one? Is shielding the one you have to?
Remote. Hold on.
Is that the one you have to keep going
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah, I think shielding's the one I keep building. Who has their speakers up so loud? Holy shit, my apartment's shaking.
I mean, we can hear it through your mic.
Hear it? Wow.
It actually kind of seemed like your camera was moving.
I thought there was like a giant truck or something like that, like literally just parked in the room with you. Just like, hello.
So you call up this is actually not one that you have to maintain. You call up a fast protective shield to stop a danger, spend a burn to defend someone else from immediate threat. Rolling freak instead of savior. So yeah.
Okay.
This may not be like a shield, but because again, this is the way it's written is sort of like a flash in the pan kind of thing. But we're also doing this as like an instantaneous thing. So I think this might be.
I could also use moat if that seems like it's better where I keep my focus on it.
Uh,
So I want to make sure that this place is protected.
I think for right now, like rather than building like an actual shield, like an actual sort of energy shield, this would be more like the telekinesis thing and pulling some stuff together.
I'm trying to hold it together so it doesn't start floating apart.
Yeah. So the damage when you get to the other side and kind of fly out the other side, and your first thing is like, where's Transcendent? But you kind of fly out and look, and it didn't come out through the dome, but he did so much damage to the baseline that it's like cracking up, and that break is damaging the dome. So you actually can grab telekinetically and sort of force that fissure in the ground, in the baseline, call it bedrock, back together enough to reduce the stress on the structure itself. In theory.
Yeah.
Let's find out. So in this case, roll freak. Well, I just want to check here and make sure that you're not going to get accidental weirdness from your conditions. You shouldn't. Roll freak and then add +1 to that as a modifier, and just not +1, but just 1 in the modifier thing as a thing where you basically like, nope.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. All right.
That's with a +3 too. I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh, 1 and a 2. Okay.
But you gotta do better.
I'm gonna bring this truck that's doing massive.
The last,
outside.
I really am. I'm actually hearing it like, is there somebody outside my house?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
It's pretty.
It's so loud.
Okay. Can I? Okay.
Tell me how.
So-
Don't ask me if.
No. I'm trying to figure out how, because like, okay, so me and Perry are up near the dome itself. I'm assuming I see.
I mean,
clarity, like.
Yeah, you see clarity kind of zoom down into the hole down here.
Okay.
Oh, whoop! That wasn't what I meant to do.
Okay.
Lord, shouldn't be that hard. Why is it doing that? Why is it so difficult? Anyway, there we go. Really? Oh my God! Roll 20. Why are you grabbing that? Anyway, yeah, she goes down here and you see her swoop down into this thing and go down into the because you would have seen the big impact and you're like, what the hell was that? And then she comes, pauses, and then kind of swoops down into the thing, and
Hey guys, here's a connected leak. And then just.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's useful.
Okay. Okay. So she's trying to basically hold it all together, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I can see these cracks starting to form.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, Perry, I'll be right back. And I'm going to jetpack across the top, just start hitting all of the activation buttons on the side of my monkey gun, and I'm gonna throw it across, because I want to create heat for the glass so that she can fuse it all together. But I'm going to basically create a small nuclear explosion in space, or whatever the equivalent is with this gun, so that there's an amount of heat that she can use in order to fuse it all together. And maybe force some of it back down from it going out farther in space, create that inertia in the other direction.
Hey, Doyce, you remember when you were like, think big, guys?
I
Do
mean,
it
can I create a small? Well, these aren't nuclear weapons. They are energy. They are energy.
I'd like to take my melt cantrip and put it into an 8th level spell slot.
Don't give me ideas for my Strahd campaign, okay?
the most fun torture tactic is to put coins in the person's mouth and then cast heat metal.
Oh no. All right.
Anyway.
Okay. So you actually kind of
I'm like, and in my head, I'm just like, think like Perry, science is cool. Think like Perry, science is cool. Like, that's literally my thought process. Like, this might work. I have no idea.
When it starts to blink a warning thing, you basically do a little spin thing and whip it down at Mitzi. And it's like, catch this! And hold it against the thing and don't let it make it worse. That's a lot to process.
We're psychically linked, so I don't have to scream it in space.
Exactly. So you see this like bloop, bloop, bloop. So yeah, in the process of pulling this thing, you kind of just have to reach out a third mental hand and grab this thing and basically like hold it as it goes. It's not.
Luckily, the third hand is the gripping hand, so you've got that going for you.
Sure.
Wow, did I just make a reference that was too obscure for Doyce?
No, I don't want to go back into that one. All right, so defend on the 7.
Okay, well, because I wanted to use it to spend the team to do that, to give them the bonus.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine.
Would you call that destructive?
No.
Worth it.
I don't care. You have a +1.
That's fine.
Don't you have a +1 floating around for that anyway already? Check your notes.
Huh? No, I already used the +1.
Oh, you used that +1. All right. So, all right. Defend.
See, and the getting a +1 after using it, spending a team, I forgot that I have that. I legitimately keep forgetting about that.
Yep. That's why it's kind of nice, because it still works for you. You don't have to worry about using the team selfishly. You can just get this other thing. All right. So, 2 questions.
Okay.
I only have one answer, so it's the same for both.
This one's for Mitzi. So first of all, you can choose one of those options from the team. Add team to the pool. Take influence over someone you protect or clear a condition. Because this is going to work. On a 7 to 9, though, it costs you expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
I'm gonna clear a condition first off.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, afraid or angry?
I can make all kinds of arguments for either one of them.
I think she's angry about the situation, so I'm going to keep that. But
okay.
I think she feels like she has a little control here. I'm going to get rid of afraid.
You don't think that you're going to need to get rid of the penalty to comfort and support transcendent at any point?
No, not right now. No.
I figured. Yeah, okay.
I might get rid of it by punching him in the face, but like that's like
when you break something important, like your left orbital.
I'm just itching to clear insecure by doing something foolhardy without talking to the team. So we'll see how that goes.
Joyce, I love it. And then I think I'm gonna expose myself to danger. I mean, first off, let's just read it. She's not her superhero uniform. She's in street clothes.
Yep.
She has a bubble of telekinesis around her to protect herself from the cold and the air and all that stuff.
Lack of air.
She's
vacuum.
Details.
That's the word you're looking for.
Details.
Killing hard vacuum. That's the whole.
Nah. She's fighting, like chasing after and fighting against, quote unquote, Superman of sorts.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you know.
Accurate.
Yeah.
I just said Omni-Man, but
I don't know anything about Omni-Man, so.
That is a teen super show that you should not be watching for research for Kids on Brooms. Because if Kids on Brooms comes out being able to run Invincible, yikes. I'm going to say that you have safely missed. I'm going to say with a fair amount of confidence you've missed the mark on what that game is meant to do.
So yeah, expose you to some danger, please.
You're still not entirely sure how he does this trick, but you hear Transcendent say, "Stop meddling," and then he lasers the side of the city where you're standing.
Like eyeball lasers?
Yes.
Oh.
and it tracks across the like. Where did I just see this? Anyway, it tracks across the bedrock, and it's not doing anything other than superficial damage, but it absolutely tracks across you and your shield. Like he was just basically, I think he was expecting you to move. So he was doing like this moving thing, and it's like tear like that.
Is my bubble pop?
Well, I don't know.
God.
Uh,
I want to see what it looks like when a laser splashes, because that sounds fun.
So yeah, he just kind of like does the whole tracking thing. God, man, what did I just see that did that? Anyway, doesn't matter.
Chris, Eternals.
I haven't seen it.
Oh well, Icarus is basically like Superman with the serial number scratched off. So
That's fair. All right, so yeah, it's either take a powerful blow. I don't. Yeah, I'm just gonna have you take a powerful blow. You made the decision to put yourself into danger. I kind of want to have somebody be able to leap in and try to defend you, but
just let it come back to me, Doyce. Just let it happen.
I know it will, but I think I need to have him actually do something to her first.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You absolutely do. Because oh,
I mean, I've given it some thought, and I think that you'll be that much more motivated in the event of her sudden peril. So hey, not to make you by any stretch
Not too bad.
not to make you by any stretch of the imagination a damsel that needs to be rescued.
no.
At all.
No, not at all.
Oh, look at that. Roll conditions.
too
Think
bad.
about that's not bad. That's not bad. All right, so he comes across and just across the thing, and
I'm gonna
continues.
struggle past the pain.
Is that two conditions?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I can afford to take it right now, so it's fine.
So yeah, you basically double shields to the back, and let out like a. Is this like a thing where you're like ah like
Yeah, I think she like screams.
trying to deadlift 450 and let out that.
I sound my barbaric yop.
In this case, it's a big old scream over the comms. So we pick up afraid and hopeless.
Yep.
Yikes. Okay,
Because it's a lot.
I got you. It is a lot.
She's not guilty yet because she's still working on trying to do it, but like going against Mr. Fucko here, like
Yeah. So you absolutely see Silas from where you are, and this thing, and the Guardians, kind of trying to turn. It's not a super mobile suit, despite the Mobile Suit Gundam thing. But you actually see the light flash, and you turn, and the light is still like that, and you're like, "What the hell is he doing?" All of a sudden, you hear Mitzi scream over the connection and stuff like that. It's not like a.
it's more of just like a scared scream than a pain scream.
It's
a
that
struggled scream. Like, I'm
the
struggling through the
struggling
pain.
scream
Right.
kind of thing. But she's still there on the comms after the scream. Like first of all, the comms are still there, so good indicator. In that it's the mental connection that she has up. But yeah, that has happened.
Sir,
Guardian seems to so he's kind of doing this kind of thing, and suddenly just kind of whatever, and pulls back and does the arms at the city kind of thing. What do you do?
sir, can I activate my moment of truth?
I mean,
Or is it too early for that?
I don't get to say no, but so I don't even know what you're asking. Let me Wait, I gotta grab the book here. There's a lot going on right now.
If you need help crossing the space from where you are,
I don't think he's gonna need
to
help
your
now.
dad, I can help with that.
I'm sure you can.
He's got. Okay, I'm looking at. Okay. All right, you've got the text of the moment of truth there, right?
Let me go ahead and pull that up.
You should look at it because they're not the same. And this is something that's worth noting about. Everybody's moment of truth is a little bit different.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and read the beacon one?
This is the moment when you show them exactly why you belong here. You do any one thing, take out any one enemy, no matter how insane, no matter how ridiculous, because that's you.
Oh my God.
Their jaws are going to drop when you're done, but pulling off a stunt like this tends to bring some unwanted attention.
Okay, so here's what happens. So Silas is like in the neck cavity of the big Guardian mech suit, like pulling cables, like this looks important, like pulling stuff out, trying to do something, trying to, in his whatever. And then he hears the scream and he sees Transcendent like hitting the side with the lasers, and just something like breaks in the back of his head, not even like a psyche thing, but like some kind of mental barrier snaps. And the panel is, you just immediately see that his eyes like glow with this like bright blue light, and he just immediately like instinctively jumps. And as he jumps, like this big sonic boom happens behind him, to the point where like the whole Guardian suit like shifts over. It's not destroyed, but like it's hit by like a hard impact, and he just cannonballs like straight for Transcendent and hits him so hard that they both like fly through like into the side of the city, like Dragon Ball Z style.
Transcendent's on the opposite side of the city, so you wouldn't actually fly into the city unless you.
Okay. Well, so he's going for wherever Transcendent is, so like he'd fly around to him. But Silas is flying now, and that wasn't a thing that was able to happen before. But Silas flies around and hits him, and just basically like grabs him with so much force that like he's actually able to restrain Transcendent, and he says, "I'm not gonna let you hurt anyone anymore," and just rocks him and just like knocks him like out into space.
Okay. All right. Yeah, when the takeoff thing, the only thing I'm going to add to the takeoff thing, like when you actually jump, is that shoulder casing, like the Greaves? No. What the hell
Pauldron.
The pauldron that's up there, and some portion of the joint and everything like that, but the pauldron and everything like that right there, that moment, that one burst slow motion moment, like all of those bits and pieces of the pauldron basically come apart, like shatter, from supporting that, and then are kind of like they burst, and then they're kind of like floating off into space. So you kind of wreck that shoulder, leaving it, and take off against him. Grab him. He's tumbling over. You're saying the thing. And he starts to say something like, "Don't be ridiculous, book," and gets about that far before you like
slow motion,
and like the teeth come clacking together. He's like, there's a little drops of blood floating off into space, and you just keep going. Like it's exactly, honestly, the shout out back is very much appreciated by the comic book fans, because it's a lot of the same flurry of attacks that you did a couple of like at the top of the tower, except they're not breaking. They're the same. Honestly, they almost look like exactly the same panels with a different background, except interspersed with these shots this time, instead of him looking bored or your fist getting crushed, it's him going,
right?
That kind of kind of thing is your
Sorry, I've been waiting for
Yes.
this moment.
Dingoes. I would like to have everybody say hey to Dingoes. COD Dingoes has been following literally every mass game that I've ever run. And
Dingoes.
finally got caught up
Whoa.
on this one this morning
Amazing.
and
Awesome.
decided to pop in.
Hell yes.
Because I've never streamed one live while they've been able to watch. What you need, baby? Okay, 1 second, guys.
All good. Someone maternal.
You made me. Oh God, I love that.
No one
Hey,
makes
hey,
me
you
bleed my
ready?
own blood. I'm so excited.
Yeah, this is a. I had a couple ways I thought this was gonna go down, but I think the whole like swooping in to save Mitzi was a good way for that to go down.
Yeah.
I see. You just earned a cake. I'm baking you a cake. That's
Question is though, what kitchen?
fuck.
Oh, we'll figure it out. I have
Hey,
a
I'm
couple.
just
ideas.
I'm gonna text Abuela. Can I borrow your kitchen?
Mitzi's like, that's my house too. You know, you just come over.
Hey! You're not gonna be allowed in there while I'm baking because you're getting one too.
Point of order.
It's my house.
Yes.
It might be your house, but it's Abuela's kitchen.
I mean,
Fair, valid. Okay. Okay.
I'm curious what happens when Birthright knocks Transcendent into next week, aka outside the 50-mile bubble.
oh shit.
Yeah, because
you
we
should,
right up there. We right up there next to that.
You should mention that.
Um,
when
Yeah.
it comes up.
Okay. So Perry.
I'm Perry.
Yes. So here's what here's my plan for Nautilus.
You
like,
have a plan.
I
love that for you.
Would you like to
I mean,
tell me about it?
so I need you to portal me directly inside.
Yep.
And I'm going to. Do you have tiny explosives that I can just drop?
Can't imagine a world in which Perry doesn't have tiny explosives.
Yeah, that absolutely seems like the kind of thing.
Fantastic.
Doesn't it?
Cool.
I mean, there isn't. Here's the thing that's been weird. Like, we've really, like, the only thing that it says on Perry's sheet is teleportation and portals. And the reason the whole like gadget stuff came is because like how I built the figure. So it's kind of become this thing where Perry has all this tech to do the stuff that he has.
Yes.
So a lot of that is I don't know how much I'm like pushing the boundaries of masks. by
Not
saying,
even.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yes, I would absolutely have that. Like,
Cool.
because there isn't necessarily like I'm used to systems that are a lot more crunchy. Like, I don't actually have a dot on the sheet that says I have that, but yeah, it seems like the kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Cool. So I need you to give. Also, let's be fair. It like Revenant, even with superpowers, would be like, no, I want bombs. Give me tiny bombs, like please, like explosions.
Do you want the splody marbles, or do you want the splody bowling ball, or do you want the splody BBs? Yeah.
I want it to be like The Last Jedi, where they have like the artificial gravity bombers.
So
yeah.
specifically, if you're giving me any, like I don't actually care what they look like, but I want them like the big marble size, not the small marble size.
Yeah, the shooter. Yeah.
Sure, I don't know what it's called.
Yeah. It's the big one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just
how
like-
many of us have watched all of Arcane yet?
No.
I still need to get around to watching it. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
It's amazing. Okay.
I
love
hear
that.
it's so good.
I love how everyone's like, the show is so amazing. League of Legends is still trash, but this show is so good.
Okay.
I've never played League of Legends. I have no intention of playing League of Legends.
It's garbage. It is. So I'm a very big MOBA fan. Like that is my genre. I have about 14,000 hours in Dota 2.
Oh, you're a Dota guy.
Yeah.
Was a Dota guy.
Dota 1.0 is when I figured out.
And then you decide you care about your mental health.
I mean, Now I play Total War, so not really. I just switched how I'm destroying it.
Right.
But like Dota mechanically, like if you play the game with a good community, like and players that you actually enjoy playing with and good people, it is an amazing game. It's so much fun. It's mechanically really well done. It's balanced. Everybody can contribute in some way to the overall success of it, no matter what you are. League doesn't have that.
Right.
Like, if you have a non-synergistic team,
Yeah, and
you're
I've
gonna
heard
lose.
that the League of Legends community is incredibly toxic, even compared to other online toxic communities.
It's League and Dota kick each other off of the number one spot quite often. So
Yeah, but so like I said, I've never played League of Legends, but like
Arcane's amazing.
everything about Arcane is exceptionally well done. The
Yeah,
animation's amazing, the voice acting is amazing, the writing is amazing, the music's amazing, like the story is really, it's just
Yeah. I started watching it. But yeah, somebody's takeaway was that you can watch the League of Legends show and have a really good time, and then you can start playing League of Legends and get called a slur in the first 5 minutes. So,
yeah, it's like I have no intention of ever picking up the game.
Yeah.
I mean, and for me, it's because I'm a MOBA guy. But Andrew was just saying, sorry, because I'm not a MOBA guy. Andrew is a MOBA guy, and nope. So,
it's funny that you bring that up, and then I'm gonna finish with this tangent and what my kids are currently trying to organize right now. My daughter and I used to play the DC Universe MOBA.
Yeah.
God, we had so much fun doing that, and we had so much fun. It was great, and then they just stopped all support for it, and it died in like a month. They said, yeah, at the end it's like August 8th, and at the end of August it's just not going to exist anymore.
was that City of Heroes or was that?
No, it was like this
No, there was
DC
actually it was like
themed
Infinite Crisis, I think.
Infinite Crisis,
okay.
Infinite Battle. I can't remember. It was Infinite Crisis
Right.
on some kind of a thing. But basically, you could play like a bunch of different alternate versions of Harley Quinn. Like there was like 6 different Jokers because it was Jokers from different universes and stuff like
Awesome.
that. Yeah, it's cool. In the same kind of battle idea map thing as like League of Legends or Dota or anything like that. We never have ever found anything to replace it that we've enjoyed nearly as much, but she is really into Pokemon Unite, which is a Pokemon MOBA. And they are currently downstairs. You have a trainer, but you basically play as a Pokemon. Doing
fun.
the thing. Yeah, and the kids are downstairs doing it. Apparently it's a lot of fun. She's really enjoying it. So there you go. That'll be my only MOBA comment for the entire campaign. The end. All right. So we leap away from the thing. It shatters. Bang, punching. And these guys actually kind of disappear into a vanishing point.
This might be important.
Uh-huh.
Specifically related to your vanishing point, we are curious what happens when Birthright knocking Transcendent into next week puts them outside the 50-mile bubble. Because we already at 50 miles up here.
Yeah, you're pretty close.
Yeah.
They're about as close as they can get.
Unless that breaks the game, in which case, you know.
No. Yeah, Sean did actually break something I was planning on doing, but that's okay. That just means that you're actually playing the game. I mean, that's.
I really wasn't planning on using it that soon, but I felt like I couldn't think of anything else Silas would do in that situation.
We got straight to the heart of the matter, which is Dad.
Get to the good part.
Yeah, Dad needs
Mitzi.
Dad needs whoopage.
Yeah. So I've become the dad now. It's all full circle.
Now I
It's like I have some
am
feelings about
master.
No.
decided what they are, but I
No.
don't want.
Andrew.
All right. All right. Thank you for reminding me of that because that would be
I was
that.
doing that. I'm sorry. I was just like, I was like,
Joyce is like, I'm never gonna try and prep ever again.
No. This is okay. All right. So, and again, relevant thing here. Now you have a tough decision to make because you, having used your moment of truth, you actually lock a stat. And there aren't any obvious candidates because there isn't anything sitting there at like that magical 3 or anything like that. So
He doesn't get to adjust first. He just locks.
yeah, I think so. I gotta remember.
Oh shit!
Let me just look.
yeah, it's just a lock.
Yep, you get to lock one of your sets. But I mean, locking it at 2 is hardly a bad thing. Or you pull one of those things I know what I am kind of thing.
Or you can, do what I did and completely ruin one stat forever.
There's pros and cons. Wait, what was I going to say? I'm not saying that you have to worry about that at this exact second. I'm just saying, honestly, always being in touch with other people's emotions and locking your mundane at 2 it's got chops, man. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I get to lock one. I forgot.
That's
about
right.
that.
Yeah, when you do your moment of truth, you get to lock a stat.
And so, does that still contribute to what your total sum is, or whatever?
Yes.
So it does. So it kind of bottlenecks the rest of them.
It bottlenecks it. This is why, like Andrew's thing is like his other numbers can't get that low because he locked one at -2.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I'll have to think about that. And
yeah,
figure that
exactly.
out.
You figure that out while we're doing this thing. Amy says, "Oh, okay." Okay. So yeah, you're doing the thing. You're like, this is a really interesting question. You guys hung me up on this a little bit. Oh my God, he's going to be annoyed about this. Okay.
Because when Vigil and it was Vigil and Blackbird. No, not Vigil and Blackbird. It was Valkyrie and Blackbird, right?
Yeah.
When we.
Yep. No, you're not wrong about any of this.
I was just trying to remember what they experienced, and I
right
was drawing a blank.
So this is happening. You guys are driving them back and forth, and you're driving Transcendent back, and at least some of it is shock on Transcendent's part, but other parts of it is like you're really like doing this, which is pretty crazy, and Perry. That flickering effect of Dr. Infinity kind of in the areas or something solidifies into standing in front of you. Clarification. Reset Transcendent and Birthright or allow the perimeter breach. We are nearing a decision point. Allow the perimeter breach for the potential of the loop for the potential of the loop being resolved, or reset Birthright and Transcendent.
Allow the breach.
She's already gone. Like she just like kind of phases back into being an after image. Dr. Infinity is sort of existing as an after image at the corner of people's eyes categorically. Just assume that that's happening for anybody at this point in time, where you're getting a little hint
Like
that
you get a
she's
glimpse of her, and then you look, and then she's
not
there,
actually
but then-
there. Yeah,
she's always in your periph.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh my God.
Yeah,
like
we're,
this at
we're
all.
one way or another, we're solving it this time.
Or it's going to be a lot harder to fix when we're
Right.
there. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
Biggest broken egg ever.
Okay. So when that was happening, when you're having the discussion, you're like sitting there going, "Full allow the breach." You see Nautilus's ship kind of swerve your like he's been kind of doing like a slow, looks slow from this distance, orbit kind of thing around Guardian, and has kind of gone up near the top and seemed to be like doing like a slow pan, surveying the damage to the shoulder. And then when this happened, when Dr. Infinity showed up, he kind of swerved off and started heading this direction, and Guardian like got one arm up and just in the like
ion cannon or some shit.
Yeah, it's glass the planet kind of blast off of the gauntlet around the fist kind of thing at you. I would say your general direction, but this is definitely a horseshoes and hand grenades thing when you've got a beam that's approximately like 4 or 5 city blocks across.
Yeah.
So that's happening. What do you do? Because he's basically blasting the area that you and Dr. Infinity are at.
Yeah, absolutely. That just requires a redirection portal that is 4 or 5 city blocks wide. I mean, duh.
Okay.
So and that obviously happens. The only way I can make something that big around that still has the tensile strength to maintain is the monofilament nanotubes, right? So that's just
just big
all
old
the way out.
Okay.
Right.
I think. What do you want to? What is your intent to do with this blast? You want to redirect it back at him, or? I
mean, I'm still. Harry's inner turmoil is. I'm still like this is wait. I just learned what the fuck he was, right? He's the monster? No, fuck that guy. It's going straight back at him.
He is the
Guardian's the monster.
The monster. Nautilus is the traitor, and Nautilus
is the traitor. Nautilus is the traitor. Guardian.
Oh wait. It's the beam that's coming at me is from Guardian though, right?
Correct. Yeah. Big old monster mecha fist.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
And
Guardian's the monster. Yes.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna see if Kaiju can swallow his own Kaiju beam.
Okay. This is gonna be tricky. You've never tried it this way before.
Hey, this is all about the square. The hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. I'm just redirecting this shit. I learned this when I was in grade school because you guys were learning about Billy does whatever the fuck, and I was learning about
2 trains leave the station at the same time. I learned the solution in Gracie. When you unleash your powers, this is unleash your powers. If you're trying to hurt him, it's a different role, and you can. I mean, narratively, you're still like basically doing the same math, but it's a different role.
Right.
I'm just telling you.
Stand by.
It would be a danger roll.
I can't tell if Frank's camera froze or Frank froze.
No, Frank froze. Maybe. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't think I learned the solution in grade school is actually what applies. Here, because it. Like I already did this triangular thing when we did the force with the. I think this is just a straight unleash powers, right?
Yep. Well, it wouldn't even be unleash your powers. It would be. It depends on what you want of. If you're trying to just hurt Guardian, then it's a directly engaging your real danger. If you want to mess with him, if you want to mess with Guardian and basically keep him on you and keep him from like blasting the city anymore, That's a different roll. That would be like a provoke or something like that to get his attention and get him focused on you because you keep jacking with his stuff.
Got it. Right. Yeah.
So what do you want?
Yeah,
What do you want?
I now want, because I want Dr. Infinity to keep doing Dr. Infinity stuff.
Okay.
So I want Guardian to realize that I'm who he should be worried about right now.
Okay. All right. So you want to hurt him, or do you want to?
I want to say,
You want
hey,
to taunt him.
look at me, right? Hey.
All right.
Right here.
In that case, roll superior for provoke,
Okay.
and we'll see what we got. We should probably. What we didn't do is we didn't form up as a team and get team in the pool.
Oh shit. Yeah. Well, let's see how this provoke goes, and then I'll tell you, and then I have ideas about what the flavor is.
Uh-huh.
No situational bonuses or penalties.
Nope.
Blam.
You're rolling superior though, so
Bill.
I mean that'll do it. All right.
He said, "Lamb," with all the confidence in the world. Just
So,
got a 12.
Lamb. I just know I'm gonna
So my
on a provoke.
Yep.
They rise to the bait and do what you want. So if you want him focused on you, that is going to be what happens.
So yeah, So what that looks like is, so he does like so, right? And the beam goes straight
And you
toward me,
redirect
left,
it.
left, right.
And, yeah.
And I redirect it. And what that redirection looks like is it goes into the portal, and then behind me and above my head, like a giant like peacock tail, it all goes out. It's a like if peacock tails were made of ion beam fireworks,
Sure.
right? And it's like, hey, you drunk retrobate, you, or something, words to that
Something
effect.
cooler than that.
Something cooler than that, right?
I thought that was pretty cool. That was a pretty Perry insult. You drunk retrobate.
But obviously with, 5 city blocks wide of scattered light to make this,
Mm-hmm.
Now that I have your attention.
and then underneath, wanna dance?
Nice. All right. So he is definitely focusing on you.
So you said on a 12 I get to, so focusing on me is one of the things, right?
Yeah.
Is there-
Well, provoke
how many
someone.
things?
Provoke someone. They rise to the. It's basically quite straightforward. On a 10 plus, they rise to the bait and do what you want. They are focused on you.
Great.
You get the thing.
Right.
That is what he is doing
Dig
right now.
me.
He has essentially gone off script for their plan
Good.
and switched it to I want to pound this kid into a
Into paste.
paste.
Yeah.
Into a fine powder.
Hopefully I will never be where his fist is.
So yeah, he's like kind of using his attitude as kind of sliding a little bit sideways and like drawing a thing. He's trying to get this other arm up, but it's like it won't.
Yeah.
It's like kind of halfway. So he's kind of like doing this thing, but he's still. He's using a little bit for maneuvering, but mostly he's just got the one arm.
He's trying to strafe and use his mouse to go left so he can do this all the way around. But it's like, I've been playing Descent longer than you have. Sorry. That was bad.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And then Nautilus is still headed my way. Then,
Nautilus is still headed your general direction as well.
Yeah, don't forget you've got that pocket sand.
Oh, we're gonna call it from now on. Pocket sand. I need pocket sand.
Yep.
I'm going to say Caleb because the Revenant thing is questionable at this point. Caleb, that's happening. Perry did something. There's a huge light show on the other side, and you hear Perry say something that's like, "Why don't you want to dance?" And then 2 seconds later, yeah, he wants to dance. He wants to dance. Oh, okay, he wants to dance. He is dancing.
So I'm flying over with my jetpack, and I'm like, Perry, Nautilus portal, pocket sand.
Nice.
Okay.
So
Um,
right.
we're gonna. So you're flying, and you want to. What are you wanting him to do? Portal you where?
Into Nautilus's ship.
Okay. All right. Okay. Perry, I need you to unleash your powers.
Okie dokie. Unleashing powers. Very nice.
So you open it. You're doing this thing. You're kind of dodging. You let this portal drop. You give one to him and go. Okay, that's not the biggest ship in the world. And see if you can. Yeah.
Right.
Aim it.
Bang.
Okay. Okay.
Does that get him in there?
It can. It
I
can.
don't,
There are options available.
There's conditions when you roll the medium.
Yeah,
one.
when you unleash your powers to overcome an obstacle, in this case, hitting a moving target with a portal that's moving a moving target while you're a moving target.
Just keep swimming.
On a hit, you do it, but on the 7 to 9, mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Ooh. I mean, yeah, because all you need to do is be in there long enough to let go of the.
Oh, I don't need an escape portal. I just need to get in.
Yeah, he just wants to get into the ship. I don't think temporary would probably. I can do
unstable is good, right?
Unstable is for a
hilarious.
My value of good. Yes, I think unstable is fantastic.
I want
by all means,
all of Caleb to get in there.
I mean, if you want to not have those complications, then the stress of trying to target this thing while you're also getting shot at by Guardian and stuff could give you a condition.
Let's do that, because that feels like oh shit. That feels like I've got so much going on right now that feels like it might be a hopeless. Does that seem right? Even though that hoses me for the fight, that seems like what it.
Thoughts? Anybody?
So I could make the argument for like afraid.
Well, he has Perry right now has afraid.
I'm already afraid, and I'm pissed off, and I'm scared.
Oh, well, those are the two I would argue for. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking.
Hopeless it is.
Blam.
I mean,
or guilty, because it could be that you feel guilty because you put these guys in this time loop, and now their city's getting attacked because theoretically you did something, 17 time loops ago.
It's always all my fault, despite.
That's not true.
Despite Mitzi's protestations to the contrary.
We all share fault here.
I think it's going to turn into Arrow, where every episode is just it's my fault that she's dead. It's like I can't fucking do it anymore.
I could see either one of those.
I went guilty. So I'm not. Part of it is meta, so I'm not completely boned if I need to unleash again. But yeah. So if everybody's cool with that, then awesome.
That works. It messes a little bit with your superior, like being the human computer right now, but that's
we're past the thinking part of the fight.
We're past the thinking part of the fight.
Welcome to my entire existence in fights.
I just love this. Is like Caleb's thing is like science is cool. Be like Perry. Science is cool, and I'm over here like. Be like Caleb. I'm here to fuck shit up and chew bubblegum. So.
All right. So, Caleb, you get swallowed by a portal, and you tumble out into. It's about the size of like science fiction-y speaking, sort of your generic shuttle.
So like there's a little tiny cargo area where like one or two people could like stand, and then there's the cockpit, and that's about it.
The best way I can think of it, if I was going to think of a set that I was going to build, I would start with the airplane that Captain America and Black Widow and the crew jump out of at the beginning of Winter Soldier.
Minjet.
Yeah, you've got where he jumps out the back, so you got that area in the back there but in this case it's got like more gear and systems and stuff like that along the side rather than more jump seats. And so you kind of come out in the hallway, and then you've got the cockpit up front where Nautilus is at. And you hear Nautilus is like, forget the city. We can't forget the city. If we hit the city, then fine, hit him, and maybe we'll get her out here.
So as I hear that, I'm just gonna repeat that all out loud over, but through the psychic link to everybody, so he hears me.
Okay.
And
he kind of looks over his shoulder, he looks around, then he looks back over his shoulder, get out of here, kid. You do not want to be here.
And I'm gonna throw my pocket sand. So
what's your pocket sand? Why do you keep saying pocket sand?
This is why you shouldn't leave the room in the middle of a session, Doyce.
Yeah.
Time to do some sketchy shit.
Doodah.
Hope
I get away with it.
So I'm gonna yell pocket sand and throw my handful of marble-sized explosives that I got from Perry into the cockpit.
Okay.
You said the comic book.
It's fine. This is all
good.
Hey,
You did this to me.
Pocket sand. What do you mean pocket? Tink, 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 tink. Oh crap! All right. I'm gonna have you roll this as a directly engage.
Sweet. Okay.
As you throw explosive at the one thing between,
Him and vacuum.
human and vacuum.
Suit.
It's all good. I know you're in a spacesuit.
And he did this too. He brought this on himself. And I got a plus
We all could have
one
been cool.
because I used my team, so I got a plus one for this.
Okay. All right.
I do have a question though.
Yes.
Because I'm just throwing a bunch of tiny explosives into an enclosed space, which is causing significant collateral damage to my current environment, can I use my in a China shop?
What is your current bonus going to right now? What is
3.
it at right now? Yes, you can do
in a China shop doesn't add a bonus. It just gives me
another option.
I get to choose an additional option even on a miss. So even if I screw this up, I still get to do something cool. Okay.
I mean, cool.
I get to do something useful.
You get to do something. Yes. You get to break some shit.
Decompression is so
one of those
glittery.
days.
What happened? Oh!
Literally could not have rolled better.
Oh, I need to hang on. I feel bad. I didn't put the dice box up there. There you go. There it goes. Whew!
Incredible.
Oh, was that boxcars?
Boxcars!
Kapow!
That's the most appropriate sound effect for what's about to happen.
I don't think I've ever seen a kapow before.
It only comes
Ever.
up if you get over a 12.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I mean, yeah, that's because
maybe-
you guys roll shit most of the time.
What?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
You're not wrong.
I ain't judge, but you haven't
Okay.
had certain things just don't come up because the code doesn't call for them. All right, so if we're doing directly engage, roll plus okay, 10 plus, pick 2, and what does Bull in the China shop give you? Does that give you
I got a third option.
a third option? Is it does it add new stuff to the list, or you just get more stuff
No,
off that
I just
list?
get to pick another one of those.
Oh my god.
You get 3 bitchin' things right now?
Because I'm destroying the spaceship that we're both in.
Oh yeah, because what it is in a China shop, when you directly engage a threat, you can cause significant collateral damage to your environment to choose an additional option, even on a miss.
Yeah, I'm blowing up the ship. 100% I'm taking this threat
Dang.
out.
So you see
Phil,
some
you're
of
my
them
hero.
they're bouncing around in the 0G, but some of them get lodged inside of cracks and crannies and stuff. And for those of you who have ever accidentally been holding a fireworks when it goes off, as opposed to getting it out of your hand, holding on
Right.
to it, or even having your hand kind of slightly cupped, is a lot worse than having it go off in the palm of your hand compared to having it not in your hand at all.
That's called have a free stump, courtesy of
Yeah.
physics.
Shooting your hand into a flash grenade. That's
1970s
how
use of
grenades work.
Yeah, 1970
So-
use of Black Cat fireworks is an excellent way to teach kids some of the rules of thermodynamics and physics.
Yes. Okay.
What did we learn today, kids? We learned that flammable and inflammable mean the same thing.
Okay, so what are you picking, Caleb?
Okay. So, hang on, I have to look at what the options are. I did not expect this insanity to happen.
Let me get 3 scoops.
Okay. So, obviously, one of them is take something from them, which is their ship.
His ship. Yes.
So their ship is, I'm taking that. That's gone.
That's mine.
That's mine now.
I am going to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
That's fair.
And my goal is to scare the crap out of Nautilus, seeing as how I literally just blew up the ship I was in with him to take him out. And then I want to create an opportunity for my allies. I expect to take a hit from this.
Okay.
Because I'm going into it 100% understanding I'm going to get hit with my own explosion. That's totally fair.
I'm in a spacesuit. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm in a spacesuit, but I am in an imploding spaceship.
So,
Okay.
because Guardian's an idiot, and Nautilus is clearly the brains, the opportunity is that I've just basically taken away all of Guardian's tactical reasoning and thought. That's my thought process here. Just get rid of Nautilus and all the brains are gone. Then they're just stupid punchy bees. Like, it's fine.
Okay. Yikes. Okay. All right. First of all, I'm going to have you take a powerful blow as the ship explodes.
Done.
You do see Nautilus like slap the side of his thing and get like the helmet, like sort of a it's not the Iron Man nanotech thing, but it's definitely the Iron Man like thing, or Lost in Space.
Yeah.
The helmet rolling up over, something like that.
Yes.
Not even in response to the vacuum, but in response to some explosives are about to go off in my face. Okay. So
It's sand.
why don't you
He's
roll
only
me
got one good eye left.
take a powerful blow.
Okay.
Okay. Create an opportunity for my allies.
8. I'll take 8.
That's all right. So take a look at your options for take a powerful blow on the 7 to 8 list, which is not the thing I just pulled up. That's terrible. Lash out verbally, provoking a teammate to foolhardy action. Take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. Give ground. Your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions. I mean, given that you knew what this is coming, you were just like going to basically grin and bear it. It feels like
I'm gonna take the 2 conditions.
It's like you basically like, this is gonna hurt.
Also, also in my head, I forgot that I don't have powers anymore. So he literally went in like, I can totally. And as I threw them, I'm like, oh, I can't do that anymore. Oh crap!
Throwing up a shield and like, where's
I'm
the crab shell?
Legit, just here on the over the link, everybody just hear Caleb scream, "Where's the crab shell?"
Oh god.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so I'm gonna mark 2. So I'm definitely taking angry right now because I thought of this guy. I thought Nautilus was a good guy, and he's like,
He ain't.
could just betrayed the shit out of his what I thought he was.
Another spoke in the wheel.
No, he's not. No. Fuck that. Fuck that. He doesn't deserve to get something structurally important, even though technically
I wasn't
he is.
defending him. I was just saying he's part of the problem.
Yeah.
I hate him. I'm mad. So I'm gonna take angry.
Yeah.
And I'm also gonna take guilty because I'm basically taking myself out of this fight and I can't help anymore. I feel like I'm not going to be able to do much. This is it. The only thing I could do was basically just deliver pocket sand for Perry.
That's not nothing.
So I'm going to take those 2.
Okay.
So now if I ever have to provoke somebody or assess the situation, I just won't do it. This is what's going to happen.
I can see how that the conditions that you took are an accurate reflection of your point of view.
Yes.
And I will explain to you later that opinions differ.
Okay. Neat. Take away the show. Okay. All right.
Oh crap!
Okay.
I don't have an armored spacesuit. I just have a regular like cloth canvas.
Well,
oh,
it's
crap.
semi. It's got the weak
It's not
of it.
great.
You're fine.
You're fine.
Okay.
hoping.
You're fine.
Just like holding a hole in the suit. So
We've got 7 different brands of duct tape out here. Don't even worry about it.
gonna hold it.
Metaphorical. duct tape.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. So yeah. So Nautilus.
Snakes? Why are there snakes in space? All I can hear is
The things are bouncing around, and like probably little LED bits on the little balls are like blinking. He's like, "You stupid!" And the thing goes, and the whole ship just comes to pieces. You're tumbling one direction. You see Nautilus he's going end over end, and as he comes around, he comes over at one point and is like, boink. But it's not like a big laser thing. It's not like anything. It's like a little blink, like you don't even see anything come out of the end of the gun. And again, it goes back into the thing, looks around, slaps something on his waist, and he basically gets like, those inflatable hamster balls that kids will ride down a hill?
Yeah.
He gets that, but it's completely opaque and armored. That kind of he pops into, and now it's tumbling through space. So that's completely sealed with no internal. It doesn't seem to have any kind of internal something, but it basically folded out of this hip bag that he had, or thigh bag that he had.
It's the space equivalent of an avalanche bag.
Yep. Except armored, and you would guess probably has some crap inside of it. You do see opportunity for your. Okay, so you do see. You think like a little. Honestly a little bit like the balls, but a little bit bloop, 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 and it's heading towards the dome of the city. Imagine you get a shot off on tumbling, and create an opportunity for your allies. I regret only that you can't hear what Guardian's shouting at you because you're in a vacuum and you're not on his radio. You're not on his radio comms.
Can you just tell us what he says anyway? Because I'm really curious now. We can't hear you, Mitz. You're muted.
I was gonna say it's another panel of the comic shop where it's inside the ship. And
You see Guardian.
So over the comm, he's like shouting, so you can't hear what he's saying, but you see Nautilus like shouting something inside of his thing, and then the bubble goes up, and you cut back into the inside of the Guardian mecha, and coming over the comms is, quit trying to shoot the goddamn kids and hit the freaking city, or we're never gonna get that. We're never gonna. And you see him slap the thing. Is just like, God, what did he say? Yeah, he slaps it down. He's like, fucking annoying know-it-all. I'll show you useless. And he levels off on. Actually, no, he doesn't even do the arm. I'll show you useless. And he reaches over, and you see him there's a row of 4 or 5 toggles, and he puts his palm up, and he flips both of them down, and all across his chest, this whole panel flips up, and he's got I'm sure one of the mechs had this in Pacific Rim, but this whole area in here on both sides, like in the upper pecs area, is nothing but rows of missiles.
That reminds me of Gundam Wing, where it's
Yes.
strong arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just
Yeah.
There's
heavy
lots
arms,
of, there's lots
plus the
of
thing, and then
Robotech and Battletech.
he just smashes down on the panel, and it's all these missiles. None of them are going at the city, but they're all like going after. They're all like spiraling in and doing all this kind of stuff and homing in on Perry, and we get that like Sam Raimi kind of zoom as they're heading towards the wreckage of the ship where Caleb is tumbling away, and Perry, and all this other kind of stuff. Mitzi, what are you doing?
So actually, I was going to say, because this is the opportunity I want to so this is what I want to do, is that beeping thing that I saw flying through. Through that, I'm going to be like, Mitzi, bomb going towards the city, Can't get it. Little unavailable. Sorry. Go get it, please.
Upside down, right side up. Upside down, right side up. Gonna puke in my suit.
The whole time I'm flipping off Guardian. Just hand out. Just the whole time.
I love that.
He just manages
tumbling, but every once in a while, just perfectly in frame.
His whole 3D experience right now is making sure that he keeps focused on the same direction as he's tumbling.
Very good.
Mitzi, what are you doing?
Oh gosh, I think is this on the other side? So back on the other side. So
Yeah, it's around the other side. Bomb coming to the city. Bomb city. I'm gonna puke. Oh
yeah, I
god.
think she's gonna fly back to the other side because she thinks that maybe what she just did is holding together for now.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It does seem to have
it's like a prayer. And
it's a spot weld, like one little bead of a spot weld there.
Yeah.
And you're flying around this.
Back, yeah, like back through the hole so it's faster.
Sure.
And then pops up and sees this, and she's like, "No," and so like throw her hands up and like try to cause like this massive shield.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shield what though? The city, Perry, and Perry. So Perry and Caleb have missiles coming at them, very close. And also Caleb was babbling something about bomb city.
Yes. I keep eyeballing my moment of truth. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that now. We just had a moment of truth. I don't want to take away from that one. So.
And we're not quite done with the moment of truth yet either.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not gonna bother with that. I think I'm just going to. Oh, I worked hopeless. It's a -2 on my unleashed. That's a 0. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, I think yes to all the above.
You try all of them?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get
Who are you going to save? I'm going to save all of them!
You can't make me choose!
I mean...
Oh, you got a cave crawl? We have a Nova.
Alright, give it a shot. You're gonna roll defend.
Oh, defend, okay. That's better.
Is it? That's a shame.
I mean, it's still a 0 nonetheless. It's like... And I don't get a +1. I get a +1 because I have influence over Perry. That's about it.
I don't
Plus,
think...
if you're trying to defend the city, you did ask how like for the +1 for the assess.
She took the +1 already for that one.
Okay, I couldn't remember if she did.
+1 on Perry then.
We'll treat Perry slightly differently.
Okay, then I won't.
You could. He's got no. I mean, I'm just saying you could treat like your role for Perry to be a little bit better than the other ones, if you want. Like to,
I just won't.
If you want to.
I don't want to.
He's the minority of the. I mean, especially if you count all the monkeys in the city, he's the minority of the group. Yeah.
It's right there.
How much team do we have left?
We have one team left.
One team left.
That's enough.
But he's got guts. Guts is enough.
Or you can just take the, maybe need the XP.
My thought. You can tell me if this wouldn't work, but my thought is immediately after I send him Team Rocket blasting off again, my first thought immediately is to make sure Mitzi's okay. So could I fly over and help her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So what are you okay. Let me look at what the okay. Hang on, I'm looking at the defend thing.
Okay.
7 to 9. Okay. Caleb can't raise his hand on this one. Because he says, I'm all out of powers. I don't have any more tricks right now. So of the three of you, who doesn't get covered by this sufficiently? Perry raised his hand. Perry got it up first.
What?
He made the hint that I was not allowed to raise my hand, so it was implied that that's how that worked.
See, I knew your hand was going to go up before I finished the sentence. So
I was like, I'll take that hit.
Okay. So
I'm just thinking that it's got to be me because the city's more important right now.
You need this? Look the thing. You need the thing?
Even though technically the roll would have passed for you.
Here you go. No, it's all right. No, I like this. It's good. I know exactly what to do too. Okay. So, back to Silas. Back to Birthright. And one to grow on. As you guys approach the Lagrange point, which check your maps, that's pretty far out.
That's wow.
He kind of. Yes. So yeah, he's rocking back and thing, and he kind of Transcendent kind of pulls back. This is not how I wanted this to happen. He looks around. He's you see his eyes just kind of narrow at where he is.
Okay.
And you see him kind of go, like little bit of a smirk, a little bit of a finally, and he is gone. He is edge of the solar system and out, just gone. All you get, so you definitely got rid of him, and you definitely beat the see in season 2. But he's like, finally. So you're like, and then you're like, oh god, oh god, oh god. You hear Mitzi like, that's a lot of, oh god, oh god, oh god, and you're like immediately like, and then go back the other direction, right? So spending the team. I like how you guys didn't ever actually get organized enough to go, we're facing off against an enemy, let's do this thing. No, we're just kludging through with what we got.
Better, Ray.
Squad.
So you Mitzi is slowing down a bunch of missiles over here, and she's that are coming towards Perry, and she's reaching out, and she's like, I got the bomb, and something that she's reaching for over here explodes, but it's not glommed onto the thing, so that becomes this weird kind of explosion in a bubble over by the city thing. And you hear her shout, Caleb. What do you do to protect Caleb from all the missiles? Because I'm asking Birthright. As you come back in here, she's holding on missiles with Perry and keeping them like at a distance from him. Basically, they're still fighting her.
I thought I was the one. I was the one that should get.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
My bad.
We're getting you there. We're getting you there.
My bad.
So she's holding onto the missiles in front of Perry. She's grabbed the explosion thing and she's going, Caleb! And what do you do?
So he just like, you don't even see him fly in. He just like Superman style, like appears in front of you and just laser vision destroys all of the missiles.
Hey, birthright.
Laser destroys? Ooh.
Yeah, I know. I don't know when that happened, but I do. This is crazy.
I'm like loose. I don't even care that I just almost got blown up by missiles. My buddy just lasered a bunch of missiles. I'm fucking stoked. I'm like, cake. We're doing cake.
Cake sounds great. Let's do this first, though.
I'm honestly just sitting somewhere out of the way. I blew up a ship.
I'm proud of you, bud. You're doing great.
Ow.
Okay. Perry.
I'm Perry.
So missiles being held. You're like, cool. What's Guardian doing? You're kind of looking around, looking at all this different stuff. And Dr. Infinity appears in front of you and says, Transcendent has escaped the barrier. Do we reset? We are at 95% success rate, but Transcendent has escaped the barrier and is going to initiate the second loop, the second failure loop. She's in the middle of saying all of this, and the missiles that Mitzi's holding, the whole front end of them just comes apart.
Right.
And there's these little blinking things inside that are just kind of floating there, and they do a pulse. And Dr. Infinity comes apart into her component pieces in mid-sentence.
That seems
okay.
Not good.
Because yep.
Like they had been waiting for this.
Yep.
She's sitting there and she came into focus enough, and the missiles that were there are all like basically like they all kind of go and then they come apart and there's a pulse and she just comes to pieces.
It's the Dr. Infinity focused EMP that they developed to deal with her, right?
I need you to take a powerful blow.
Yes, I shall.
Mitzi totally holding all the missiles and they're coming apart and like the things die. It's like, sweet. And then
I thought for sure that, but yeah, no, this is good.
You thought for sure what?
Blow.
Ooh.
No, because my thought was that I still have the 4 to 5 block wide monofilament edged portal that I could just like deal with missiles, but then
absolutely good. Absolutely
good. That was my thought. And my other thought is clock is ticking. We have to solve this before Transcendent does his thing. Like that's the timer on this.
Transcendent's fast, but space is big. That's not a thing you probably have to worry about right now. Whatever Dr. Infinity was trying to resolve you about, warn you about, or get you to resolve is kind of lost in the she came apart. They came apart. Right. But 6. So I'm actually this is like, on the one hand, it's like having a trap door open underneath of you.
On the other hand, I have ankle jets.
Well, because your safety net of knowing that whatever you did with Dr. Infinity is going to reset things if things get too crazy has always kind of been there.
Right.
And that is suddenly, you see that literally, that safety net coming apart.
Just evaporates. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this time we have to fix it.
Yeah, and I'm going to track back to that thing that you just said of the like, I was expecting this. Like, were you expecting them to have this thing and have her come apart and all of that stuff? Because you are dealing with the weirdness of this situation extremely well. Not least because you're adding 3 to that roll. My God, man, good job.
Thank you.
Getting a 6 on that with a +3 would be horrible in any other situation, but totally awesome right now. So how are you dealing with this?
How did I get a +3 on that?
When you're taking a powerful blow, you roll and add your conditions. You already
add the conditions to it. Okay.
Yeah, which means the high rolls are more likely the higher your conditions go. So you had 3 and managed to still pull out a completely, no, I'm good. So how are you still good as this thing comes to pieces? Is it just you going, well, crap, now we got to fix it on our own. We don't have her anymore.
Right.
Them.
I think because the real lesson was the friends we made along the way. No, that ain't it. It's the
God damn it, Perry.
Mitzi's thing though is what's happening. So just to give you a shot of this thing as a overall thing, the missiles were coming in. Mitzi came around, stopped the thing on the city, which was going to crack the stuff on this side, and after this thing pulses. Contains all the explosions that come after that, because there's like the sort of the targeted magnetic combo EMP magnetic thing.
Right.
That Nautilus put together. But then there's the explosion. She completely shields that. Silas and Caleb have got their thing sorted out. So she's keeping everybody basically under wraps. But this thing is coming apart. So
it's
is there this sense that you were always expected her to come apart?
I have a real life exploding diagram of Dr. Infinity just sort of expanding,
tumbling out into space.
Right. Okay.
And
I feel like 24 iterations in that this may have always been a possibility, and we are now at the point where we can clear the last hurdle in spite of that loss. Because yes, Dr. Infinity is the failsafe that resets the time loop if I can't. But at the end of the day, I'm the guy who can create the portals, who can teleport, and who can reset the damn timeline if I have to.
That's really good. I like that a lot.
I agree.
Okay, so take a potential first of all, because you rolled a 6.
Thank you.
I'm
so close.
Miss you, stand strong. Mark potential is never will say you with the blow. All right, ready for all that.
So it doesn't come, expose yourself to danger, escalate the situation. That doesn't fall on me. It fell on Perry.
It fell on somebody. You were going for you. He got his hand up faster. Is that okay? You shut your camera off. Are you okay? Are you good?
Yeah, I don't know why my camera is not
okay
on correctly. It was on.
I'm just making sure that you didn't shut it off so you could flip me off repeatedly.
You're not my real dad.
I meant to defend everybody, and you made somebody get hurt.
How dare you let people be hurt? You have to hurt me.
Yeah. Tough choices, right?
I stuck my hand up because I
this is.
I could picture many. I could picture many.
Wait. What were you saying, Missy?
I stepped on you. Go ahead.
What were you saying, Mo?
Oh, you were saying to raise a hand. I was like, me, and I didn't realize you actually wanted me to raise my hand, but okay.
Well, yeah, show of hands, something. Even if it had been who said it.
I'm Mr. Contingency, so I was like, well, it's got to be me.
For me personally, it's a classic superhero thing. It's like, don't worry, I'll take the hit, and somebody else steps in and he goes, actually, I'm going to take the hit, and it becomes this kind of like everybody shouldering their way to the front of the line to be the one who gets punched.
Yeah. Harry right now just reminds me of that one Mass Effect moment where it's like, had to be me. Someone else might have gotten it wrong. It's like, that's it.
One of my favorite lines.
Oh, yeah.
Ball every time. Frickin' thing. Ugh. We're not going to go off on that tangent. Anyway. Okay. What do we got this time?
How are we doing on time, everybody?
Yeah, we are pretty close to it. Birthright, what do you do? So to take this thing all into effect, something is, something happened over there. Nobody seems to be hurt. Perry is kind of saying over and over in his head, okay, I can do this anyway. I can do this anyway. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. I can do this anyway. There's a floating hamster ball in space that's armored, and there's Guardian.
Throw me at the hamster ball.
Just clinging to the outside of it.
Bet.
Let me.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah. So I just like grab him by the scruff of his like the back of his shirt, and I'm like, shield up, and just throw him.
I did not think this through.
Your greatest power in space is you don't have to worry about.
I immediately regret this decision.
Your greatest power in space is not having to worry about equal and opposite reactions, Birthright.
Do you have any kind of like if that's I can do something else if that's not
no, that's fine.
That's what happened. It's gonna be great.
All right, do you have like a shield thing that you can put up to like,
I don't know. I'm just gonna start hitting buttons on my suit and hope
one of them doesn't retract the helmet.
I think what he does is he grabs him and he like does like a bunch of cyclone spins and then throws them to get him like
roll up in my suit.
Amazing.
It doesn't need a lot of momentum to get there. All right. So you throw him at Nautilus. What are you doing?
Too fast.
And then immediately after throwing him, I'm gonna bolt over to where Mitzi is, and I'm going to help her try and keep the city together.
I'm not sure she's
That's
doing
what she's
anything.
doing?
No, she kind of flew around to this side, so she's contained all the various explosions. Nothing is immediately cracking on this side.
Okay.
So
Perry's doing Perry stuff.
Perry stuff. He's muttering to himself again.
Yeah.
We still have Guardian to look out.
Yeah, there is Guardian.
Okay.
There is the gigantic robot.
So if you want to take care
I love the idea of a slow turn. Like, all right, who needs me? You could deal with the giant robot.
He's like, oh yeah. I mean, that's what I usually do. I didn't know if me having powers now made it like different. Yeah, I'll go do that.
I think Mitzi's only seen like just bits of you because she's been so busy like doing like her thing, like just like missiles in the city and getting hit by lasers and stuff that she hasn't like seen the full power yet.
Yeah.
So, like whenever you're like, oh yeah, that thing, you fly up, she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think that he just cannonballs and goes straight through the windshield on the head.
Oh my god! All right,
and tries to come out through the other end.
Does Caleb still have the monkey gun? Caleb does not. He used it to help out Mitzi on the other side of the city to fuse the crack that was going on. So he is monkey gunless. Okay, give me a directly engage.
I would be happy to, sir.
Let's see if Guardian and Nautilus put in any anti-transcendent safeguards into their giant mecha suit in case the smiling bastard got out of line.
You wouldn't call me dramatically under fire, would you?
I wouldn't.
Probably not.
Probably not. No.
Figured not. Gotta ask. Hey,
look at that. Whoo! Okay. Pick some options there from the directly engage.
I think I sure will. Let me see.
I really feel like casually flying through them, you should resist or avoid their blows, but that's.
I should. I'm also gonna take frighten the opposition,
Jesus Christ.
because I just fucked your shit, dude. you have your
You just kind of slow pan towards the robot and like, oh yeah, that.
So he flies through, destroys the windshield, flies out of the back, and blows out the back of it, and then flies back in, and then just like sits in the seat next to Guardian. Looks over.
Who is also in like he's in like his regular suit inside of the other suit.
No,
oh my god!
It's like he does. He like flies. He flies. He smashes it. He sits next to him and he says, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Captain Stevens. Please put all tables into your upright and locked position. We are now experiencing turbulence." It's the whole thing starts to come down.
Okay. All right. Oh, he doesn't. Oh wait, yeah, he does. Okay. Well, that's easy. We're just gonna take this one and that one. All right. Whatever else I do to him, I also want to make sure he's afraid. Jerks. It's twice you guys have done this in this one.
Yeah.
In this one.
The remaining 2. Good job.
Scared the shit
Go
out of these
team.
guys. You can't hear him because he's in a vacuum and he's in his thing. But you absolutely anyway. In the comic book, it's just the characters. In the live action version of it, it's like, you fucking brats. And he slams his hands down on like he actually is like slaps his chest with one and then hits this button on the other thing. And his chair, like, I don't know how to explain it. It basically opens up because it's not really in a chair so much as like a thing that his suit's kind of mounted into. So the bottom kind of opens up. So he gets like,
oh, and it folds in and gives him a suit.
It does like, well, he had the suit on, but it basically like it's like an eject button, except it ejects him through the floor.
Okay.
So he like reviews this thing, stood up, and went woof. You're expecting like, oh, I get to, and he just goes down through the floor. A part of me really wants this to be ejected out through the crotchal region, but it's going to come out through the leg. I'm not giving that to you. Maybe I should. I don't know.
Out through the ass, you coward.
Is Garth Ennis writing this comic? Because if so, it definitely comes out through the robot ass. But yeah, I think Nautilus is annoyed enough by Guardian that he made the eject seat. If you're enough of a jackass that you have to eject from a robot this badass, then you absolutely going to look like the thing just shat you out. Every panel inside of this thing is flashing, not just because you flew through it. There's a countdown on the front counter of this thing, on the front panel of this thing, that's like 10, 9, 8. Perry, I don't know what kind of like tech sensors you've got going on, but yeah.
Well, I definitely just need to put my I just want to make sure that my 4-block wide monofilament thing is in between the suit and the city.
The suit is a lot bigger than... Okay, if you're going to try to get that thing up, that's absolutely the thing.
Well, I'm not necessarily... So I know that the suit is a lot bigger than 4 blocks. I want to... If there is a blast about to happen, I want considerable portion of it to go through the portal and not into the city.
At least some portion of it. Okay, so to make things really clear, he dipped like a punk. He ran like a punk, and he also set the mecha to self-destruct with like the nuclear core, like a quarter mile outside of the city.
The
Uh,
crowd goes boo.
boo.
And you said that I've my tech is detecting this.
Well, yeah, you're getting the
I-
pulse thing.
I have a better idea.
I mean, you've got all of that stuff going on, and honestly,
Birthright's
right there. Birthright's right there in the thing, and you can see all the lights flashing. It's like, guys, and like, yeah, he self-destructed the thing.
Of course he did.
Okay, inertially, is that even a word? So the
It is now.
although relative to the city, the mecha suit looks stationary, but we are all moving, right?
I mean, you're all
So-
certainly in orbit around the. Oh,
Exactly.
What did I just do?
So basically, what I need to do is stop the portal relative to the suit.
You want to you want to scoop the suit? You want to portal the suit?
No, because you just mentioned that the suit is so very much bigger. Like I got this much, and that was 4 blocks wide, and the suit is that. So no, I don't need to do that. What I need to do is I'm teleporting to the engine room of the damn thing so I can tech the tech and turn the countdown off.
I mean, you can try. You can try. All right.
That's ominous, and I don't like it.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I made the mistake of closing a screen and everything caused chaos here. Yes.
Because at some point, I have dealt with this suit before, right? Because this is not the first time we've been to this failure state.
Sure. I mean, you can probably convince yourself that that's true.
That's exactly.
That's how you're walking yourself through any of these moments now.
By those words coming out of my mouth, that is exactly what I'm attempting to do.
All right. Then yeah, everyone's talking about like to move this thing. Do we punch this thing? Do I break this thing up? And you're like, nope. So you portal yourself into the engine room, and
I don't know. Have you? I feel like you guys have seen me portal a lot. But I've got like the green wrist, or sorry, I've got the blue and the orange dials. Yeah. I don't feel like I've necessarily used the because it says teleportation and portals. I feel like I've been doing portals a lot, and the reason why I mention it because I feel like this might also be a new thing for you guys. Like everybody's busting out their new shit in this episode, which I kind of dig. So it's less portal and more blip.
Yep. Okay, so you step out. Okay. You step out into the core chest area. It's like catwalks around the central core kind of stuff.
Yeah. I'm picturing like Hunt from Red October fight in the blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like lots of red lights and shit.
It's like Meanwhile, Birthright's like, do I punch this thing away from the planet? Also, how awesome is it that I get to say, can I punch this thing away from the planet? Oh my god, you guys!
That's now in the list of options.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to tell you about that.
Mitzi's like, I think it probably contained it inside of a bubble. Caleb's like, I caught the ball!
Like hanging onto the side of this hamster ball. And I am... So is it opaque? Can he see my face?
No, it's like armored. It's got armor plates around it. It looks like
it's like an armadillo.
Okay. So okay, so I am just knocking like just the most annoying songs ever. Like I am just straight up making this as awful as possible for him inside of there.
Nautilus is a hyper genius, so he is aware of the fact that as a general rule in space people don't knock.
Yes.
Things should not be knocking when you're in space. So he knows something's wrong. Yeah, Perry, roll defend. We're going to stop there.
Okay.
You roll savior in this case.
I do indeed.
You roll
I
savior.
do indeed.
What do we get? What do we get? What do we got?
To have a situational bonus or penalty? I
You
don't
do
think
not.
so.
Oh,
yeah.
look at that. Man, you guys pulled out some big numbers on this one. All right, defend is... For a moment, just in this moment, and it may be because you've been through this so many times, but whoa, what did I do there? Yeeks. The whole thing is just clear. For just a moment, it's this relief
Thing makes
of,
sense.
I don't know if you've ever had like, well, that ADHD thing plus a noisy environment, and then you finally get into some place that's quiet and it feels like you can finally think. That's what this is kind of like, and it feels like a really weird situation because you come in and it's like wah, 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 and the core is going and everything, and
I feel like there should be steam, even though this is a spaceship. I just feel like there should be. I don't know. I don't know. But yes, yeah.
you step into that, and at the same time, while it feels like there should be all of this stuff going on, once you step into it, it's kind of, it's just, you kind of like go, like it's familiar, and you can just kind of walk over to it, and for just a second you can see all of these layers of the times. It's not every time, but the times that you've been in this situation, and you're like, you just go over to the number pad and kind of look at the thing and go and punch in. I don't know what the stupidest thing would be.
It's like when you hold your calculator upside down and it says boobs.
Yeah, it's a stupid number. It's a stupid number thing like that. Like what is Guardian's like abort code that, or not? You know what? It's Nautilus put the code in, but he made it one that Guardian could remember. So it's like 80085 or something like that.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Or
7734206.
yeah,
Because upside down it's go to hell.
31337 something.
Right. So I have this
And it all
moment of
just-
clarity and yeah.
It's just one, because Guardian's an idiot.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, it's just one. I have no respect for Guardian. I keep like losing more and more. I didn't think the floor could get any lower for how much I ate.
Oh,
Like-
oh no.
That one time when you were like, tell Guardian that he's nothing. I was like, holy shit.
We thought we hit
was-
bottom at that point. No, we got him to run away from it. All right.
How do you eject out of the biggest damn mecha suit in the history of
Anything.
mecha suits?
Well, when you gotta change your underwear, like
Because
you
somebody-
gotta go.
Yeah.
Because the kid with no powers just flew through your face. All right.
After punching Transcendent.
All right.
Like,
I want to. Can I?
Don't break anything else. The suit's ours now.
What do you got?
Yeah.
Can I make a quick announcement because I think I've decided on my playbook.
Okay.
Oh.
Because I was looking through it and I was thinking Scion, but I think that the more I read through that, I was like, that's kind of. I feel like if you were born into that scenario instead of it just happening.
Sure.
I think I'm going to take a bit of an unexpected route because now that he suddenly has powers and now that he has made a big show of it in front of the biggest team in the world, and now that he has a whole lot of like things that he has to protect with this newfound responsibility, I think I'm going to go Janice. And I think that we're going to kind of play on the fact of like now he suddenly has to be more secretive about the fact that he's a superhero when before he was like very happy about it and like having to learn this whole new thing of like having powers and how that makes what he's been doing different.
All right. You got to get
Told you
secretive.
you were a leader.
We'll figure this out. We'll figure out all the rest of it. All right.
Loved it.
Whew. And everything goes. You see the Guardian suit kind of go, and just kind of sitting there, kind of
Mhm.
orbiting in space. We will pick up from the monkey city next time.
So we've neutralized 2 of the 3 threats, right? And the third one's still doing whatever the hell he's doing at the
I mean,
edge
I don't know
of the
about.
base.
I mean, what threats? These are superheroes out here to defend the Earth from some invading alien force. They're totally the good guys.
You. Yeah.
You-
By the way, Caleb is 100% riding that hamster ball towards the Earth like Doctor
Oh,
Strangelove. Like, that's how he's riding it. Just like just
All right. Birthright.
Uh-huh.
Closer to the team, further away from the team, more into image of yourself. If you
I feel
really
like
want to, you can do this now, and then you can lock your stats if you really want to. Because
I was gonna say, I feel like it has to be more into my own image of myself.
all right. I think if you want to, you do that first, and then you can lock a stat if you want to.
So one label up, one label down, and then lock it.
and then lock one. You put a little checkbox next to it so it doesn't move anymore.
Right.
Mitzi. I like how you keep correcting me from saying clarity, even though you're using powers all over the place and
Yeah,
saving a
but
whole
she's
fucking
not in
city.
uniform.
I got you.
We
She's not in
hard-
uniform.
It's funny because this whole time we've hardly ever used our code names.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like you can call her Clarity, but like she's not in the Clarity outfit. Like she's
It's
not
like-
like
I feel like that's gonna change.
Saving the world wearing chucks and a crop top. I love it.
you know what, you do what you can under
Yep.
when you can. So with her, I want to say it's closer, but at the same time I'm trying to figure out who, because like
Well, Caleb did like come around and help you out with the one thing. I mean, everyone
all
did
work
stuff.
together.
Yeah, I can't pick any.
Does someone not have influence over Mitzi? Like
other way around. Sorry. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't think I. Oh yeah.
I think Perry still
I do
does.
not currently have influence over
You don't
Mitzi.
have influence over me?
I lost it for some reason. I've got
Whoa, what
parentheses
happened?
name here.
And take it.
Yeah?
Yeah, take it.
Do both your other guys have it? Or, I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
If Silas does not have it, I'd be very disappointed.
Silas absolutely has.
I don't have what.
Do you have influence
yeah.
over? I mean, I know you've had a will they won't.
Pretty
thing
sure I
going
have it
on.
over. I'm pretty sure I've had it over everyone for a while.
Yeah, there was a point where you and Mitzi both lost influence over each other in the same session, but I think that's been
Yeah.
addressed.
That was like at the beginning.
That was a long time ago.
They got mad at each other.
Yeah. We've worked through it. We're fine.
That was like 10 sessions ago. Anyway, all right. Yeah, so Perry, you just get influence. You don't shift her labels because that only happens if you had influence and she gives it to you again. So you just get influence. But, Mitzi, you can clear condition or take potential.
Fair condition. I'll do that.
Hey, Caleb.
Yo.
Yeah, what are you doing?
So
Did you say you were clearing a condition, Mitzi? Okay.
I got rid of Hopeless.
Well, yeah. You saved the
So-
city twice. Monkeys are gonna love you.
I'm gonna go with more into the own image of myself because I just did a bunch of crap, and now I'm like, I did this all without that stupid creature's powers. I don't need his help, bastard. That's like, so I'm definitely more into the own image of myself.
Okay. Cool. So adjust your stats. Adjust one label up, one label down.
Okay, I'm moving freak down and danger up.
I don't know if
Cool.
this is the best move, but I moved Superior down, Savior up, and I'm locking Savior at 3.
Ooh.
There you go.
I will defend.
Yep. I
Janus
just feel like
is
that's a good move for him.
we're gonna have to figure that out because Janus is weird because you have like
I have a couple ideas for it to where I think I can make it work and lean into the whole dual identity has to conceal his identity thing.
Well, I mean,
And-
that's kind of like what Mitzi does without the actual like.
without having it. Yeah.
Mitzi, I feel like Mitzi has overlap with a couple different playbooks that could work because she's also a little
Janus,
legacy. Yeah.
That is caught dingoes. Yeah, the monkeys. I said the thing about worshiping Mitzi or being really grateful to Mitzi. Lungblood is our hero. because of the pink lung blood, because of the pink effect.
Lung
I have
blood.
known as clarity or lung blood amongst the simians. Is it giver? Like your team always
And he
makes
just
you
try to
give.
correct them, and they're like, no, lung, but it's just like.
That's so good.
It sounds good if they don't translate it. Anyway. Perry.
I'm definitely closer to the team because we worked together to do this amazing thing. I felt
We
like
sure did.
we each had a cool moment, and we each had a moment where we were helping each other to do a cool moment.
Frickin'
and
pocket
that's
sand.
amazing.
Loved that so much.
Pocket sand? What the hell's pocket sand?
That's what happens when you walk out of the room mid-session.
Yeah, we had a whole discussion about what it would look like.
I blame my 8-year-old.
It's like, does it look like BBs or marbles or the big marbles? Oh, it's the big marbles. Yeah.
All right, so closer to the team, but who?
Let's see. Well, shit, it's gotta be Caleb because
Pocket sand.
how many times did we get to use the pocket sand? You know, I mean, that was amazing.
Hopefully once.
Right. I mean, because once you use it, everybody knows you have it, right?
Right.
And then yeah.
Did you already have influence, Caleb, over Perry? I'm assuming. You
Yes, I did. I have
Alright, so
influence and power.
Shiftify his labels then. And Perry, you can
Okay.
clear a condition or you can take a ticky tock.
I would like to take a tiki talk, please.
Does that close you out?
Uh,
That's numero cinco.
Is that your 5?
That is my 5.
Are you
I
unlocking?
Yes.
literally had to count on my fingers to remember my Spanish
Uno,
from
dos,
3rd
tres,
grade.
cuatro,
to say
cinco.
5.
Yeah. Does that?
It's shameful how
are
much
you on?
Spanish I don't speak.
Does that unlock? Are you unlocking your moment of truth?
Potentially. Let me see.
Okay.
I happen to have the PDF open over here that I have marked my little. Where did I put it? Maybe that ain't the one.
I think nothing really happens. If you pick that, nothing really happens initially because you just have that, and then you have to figure out how you're gonna.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a record of with Perry here that that I've been marking up. So I know that I've taken. I mean, in addition to the notes that I have on the sheet, just so I can, when I'm looking at it, I remember.
Yeah.
So I've used one of the take another move from your playbooks, and I've used 2 of the rearrange your labels and add 1.
Rearrange your face. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The moment of truth for.
I mean,
This-
do I want that yet?
Oh, it's up to you. Everything you do could affect the future for all you know. Saving that one guy means that now the future's full of pterodactyls. The ripples are always
Mhm.
hard to track, but you're not sure if you've helped or hurt. Until now, at this moment, it's all clear. You can see the course of events laid out for you like a river, and you know exactly what you have to do to ensure the future outcome that you want. Of course, after this, you've changed enough of the timeline to invalidate your whole prior research. Reset all the names in your connecting the dots section.
I mean, but that could mean that this is the last loop, you know, because
Except for that annoying thing that Dr. Infinity said about,
yeah,
we're nearing loop 2.
right.
Anyway, you
Yeah,
figure it
I
out.
think
You
actually,
figure it out.
yeah,
You've got
that-
5
I
potential.
think-
You think.
Yeah.
Perry, I am going to
I'm
move
Perry.
your danger down,
Okay.
and I want to move your savior up.
Yeah, you were very protecty. Shields up and getting the big giant portal and
Yeah, Perry, my goal is to get you to have 2 -2s and 3 3s. 'Cause that's
Well,
funny to me.
he's balanced like a seesaw.
I mean, if I took someone permanently loses influence over you and add +1 to a label, that would get me to 6 total,
My God, man.
which is insane.
I am a
I
human
think.
computer. All right.
Right?
We're getting pretty late, so we better wrap up. But
Yeah.
First of all, since Will couldn't be around, thank you, Dingoes, for hanging out with us.
Yeah,
Uh,
thanks, Dingoes.
Comment,
Yeah.
Mitzi, don't dress for the job you have. Dress for the job you want. Something like that. Okay. All right, I'm going to stop with the stream. And again, thanks for
Bye,
Jingos for
bye,
hanging out.
whoever was watching. Thank you.
And we're going to stop the stream with that crazy.